Tonight at 10, take a look at this. It looks like real candy, but they're actually illegal drugs. That's according to Jacksonville Beach Police, DEA agents, and the U.S. Postal Inspection Service. Those law enforcement organizations have disrupted a drug trafficking pipeline between Northern California and Northeast Florida.
It's a pipeline that brought illegal Delta-9 THC products disguised as candy, as well as hallucinogenic edibles to Jacksonville Beach.
They want it to look harmless. They want it to look like something that we're used to seeing at every convenience store, when in fact it's not.
This Jacksonville Beach mother and son now facing felony drug charges.
News 4 Jax reporter Eric Avanier explains how the illegal drugs were coming into the area.
68-year-old Heidi Hutinger of Jacksonville Beach and her son, 32-year-old John Clemenco of Northern California, have been identified by investigators as members of the Clemenco Drug Trafficking Organization, or DTO.
We've determined that he is the source of supply.
DEA Assistant Special Agent in charge of the Jacksonville office, Mike Dubett, says this was an unusual DTO.
You'll see families involved where brothers, are both, or siblings are involved together in drug trafficking. But a mother, son, that's uncommon.
These are the drugs that were seized as evidence during the investigation. They include 1,000 Delta-9 THC vapor cartridges, 400 Delta-9 THC chocolate bars, 2 pounds of raw marijuana, and Delta-9 THC hard candy. And it looked like real candy.
Sure, this is a marketing strategy. This is a disguise. This is to avoid detection. It's created or made to look like candy. So it's marketing, younger folks.
Investigators say all the Delta-9 evidence contained more than 0.3% of THC, which made them extremely potent and illegal under federal law. 30 grams of psilocybin gummies were also seized. Psilocybin is a hallucinogenic drug commonly known on the streets as magic mushrooms. Authorities say the hallucinogenic effects are so strong that a person can't distinguish between fantasy and reality.
Folks can have, reoccurrences, months and years later from taking this stuff.
Investigators say the months-long investigation revealed the Clemenco DTO was using the U.S. postal system to traffic drugs from Northern California to Ponte Vedra and then to Jacksonville Beach. A little more than a week ago, a 15-pound package was mailed from California to a home behind these security gates here in Ponte Vedra. Investigators say there was a fictitious name on the package. But the package was never dropped off at the home, just like other packages destined for different addresses. Investigators determined that a contract postal worker at this Ponte Vedra postal facility, whose name is being withheld, was part of the trafficking operation. Law enforcement surveillance revealed the postal worker would scan the packages as delivered to the intended address. But investigators say the worker would wait until the end of his shift to drop off the packages at Hutinger's Jacksonville Beach home. The home is also where investigators say they collected more drug evidence. Now, federal agents said once they confronted Hutinger with the evidence and facts about their surveillance, she confessed to selling the drugs on the streets. And according to investigators, her son sent customers her way. One of her charges is trafficking psilocybin, and if convicted on that one charge alone, the 68-year-old woman could face up to 30 years in prison. It's also worth mentioning that she is a former longtime Jacksonville Beach city clerk, so this not looking good.
So, Eric, when it comes to the Delta-9 products, could somebody argue that they were for medicinal purposes?
The quick answer to that question is no, and I'm going to show you an example why. I hold in my hand right now, these are THC products that were purchased from an actual medical marijuana dispensary. The difference between this and the stuff that was out on the street is a simple fact that with this stuff, you know where it came from. You know it came from a facility that is regulated, federally regulated. You also know that it has the legal amount of THC. The stuff that they found in this investigation, they don't know, investigators don't know who's making it. They don't know what's really in it. It still needs to be tested. They know it has high levels of THC, but for all they know, this could also have fentanyl in it. So there's just so many unknowns. And if you're looking for something for medical use, that's not something you wouldn't buy something that you don't know what's in it and where it came from.
That's amazing. Stuff that's going on right under our noses. And we have no idea most of the time, Eric, thanks.